Good morning. Uh, Welcome. Today I'm going to try to get something called Distilbert up and running. Now, Distilbert is a program that has been created by the folks over at huggingface.co. And this is their main page, huggingface.co. And you can read up about Distilbert. This is being used for question answer. And now, Hugging Face has its own GitHub repository, and I'm interested in this one called Transformers. So from here, I'm going to hit the fork button, and that's going to fork it, and it will create a new copy of this under my. This is my GitHub repository. And the reason I do that is so if I make changes, I can save them to my repository. I don't have permission to save up to the GitHub page for Hugging Face. So that's fine. Anyway, once I'm in here, I'm going to hit the code thing here. I'm using SSH, and I recommend that you do that. Then I'm going to click the clipboard here. If you don't know how to use SSH on GitHub, after you set up your GitHub repository, you should be using SSH. I have a video for that, or you can find instructions directly from GitHub. So once I do that, I'm going to go over here to huggingface.co, Transformers, installation, right over here, installation. You can read the quick tour, etc. Beforehand, then go over to installations. And so it's going to say, first of all, that we need a virtual environment. So I'm going to open up a, oops, not that. I'm going to open up a terminal here. And see, I've already cloned this. I did a git clone. And I pasted in that Transformers thing and hit enter. And then I did an LL here, and you can see here that I now have this Transformers directory. I'm going to CD into Transformers. And you can do a listing here, and you'll see you'll have all this code. And so now I don't have an environment set up for it. I'm going to set one up now. Conda create minus name Transformers Python equals 3.7. It says here that you need Python 3.6. I think you need 3.7. I think I've done this before, and some package in here requires that. This says 3.6 plus, so it has to be 3.6 or greater. When they created the documentation, that was true. I don't think it's true any longer. So anyway, I'm going to just create this with that version of Python. And then I'm going to do a conda activate Transformers. And you'll see now my prompt changes. I'm in that virtual environment. So once we're in here, what does this need? This needs a bunch of stuff. We have to get TensorFlow in here. So in order to do that, I'm on I am on Pop! OS. So that's going to be a sudo apt install CUDA 10.0, which I've already done. I'm not going to do this again. I'm hitting Control R here. It's going to bring up all the commands. So there's this CUDA latest, CUDA CUD System 76 CUDNN-10.1 here, and there's also TensorFlow-CUDA-latest. So I'm going to do those. I've already done those, so this should be all set to go for that. We can test this now. We can go to Python. I think we need to do still a pip install TensorFlow. Just do this. There we go. I think that you no longer have to do a TensorFlow-GPU. I think that happens automatically now with the newer version. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I'm going to be using PyTorch anyway for access to my GPU, so it doesn't matter that much. Python, go into interactive mode and do an import of TensorFlow as TF. All right, so I'm not sure why this is going on here. It says it's not finding this libcuda, that's SO1 error. Well, let's see what version of TensorFlow that we have here. And for that, we need to do this. Two point 3.1. All right, so anyway, we have TensorFlow up and running. That's the important thing here. I'm not too worried about this error that I'm seeing. I think this is a new error. I think that they're getting ready to upgrade their CU, the CUDA library from 10.0 to 10.1. I don't think they've done that yet. So I think I have 10.0 on here. In fact, if I do a sudo apt install CUDA 10.1, well, it says it's already the latest version, but I think that the version is actually 10.0. We could try something here. Let's do a pip install TensorFlow-GPU and see if this helps. Go back into Python. Let's do a import. No, it's still giving the same error. I don't understand this. But if it works, it doesn't matter. And the fact that it printed that out tells me that it's working. All right, let's go back to our instructions here, installation instructions, which say that I need TensorFlow 2.0, and we need PyTorch. So that means we need to go to the PyTorch installation page, which is here. And I'm just going to make this a little smaller so that it fits in the window. And I'm on CUDA 11.01, and I could get that by doing an NVIDIA-SMI. That tells me 11.1 here. This doesn't give an option for 11.1, but it gives one for 11.0, which changes it down here. When it was 10.2 before, this says 10.2 here. When I hit 11, it changes. These all stay the same. I want stable, Linux, Conda, Python, and that. And it gives me this command here, which I'm just going to copy, bring it over here, and paste it. Make sure that I'm in my virtual environment when I do this. I am. So there we go. That's going to put all this stuff in here. And it's happening very quickly here because I've done this before, and so it's cached. It doesn't have to download it. Normally it takes a lot longer. All right, so where are we? Go back to Hugging Face. Go back here to Hugging Face. Oh, does this get this? I think this may give us some ways to test. Here we go. This is what we want. Just copy this, go back into Python, and paste this. And there we go. It's printing out this tensor. That's a good thing here. And then let's make sure that the GPU is available. We don't have to run that import torch again. It's already in there. Paste that. And it says true. So that's good news. We've got PyTorch up and running. Let's go back into our installation instructions. So we got this, and this going for us here. We got our virtual environment. So we got installation with pip, installation from source. So we're going to install from pip. So it's not very difficult. It's just this. Oh, but we can't do it here because we're still in Python. We have to do exit. Don't forget the parentheses. And paste. All right, so now we have transformers installed. Let's test it. You got a little thing here for copy. It says copied. That means it worked. Paste this here. So this is actually downloading a model here to do sentiment analysis. And it's going to see if that sentence there, "We love you," is positive or negative. And it's got 99%, 99.998, blah, 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 positivity that that sentence is a positive sentiment. Excuse me. So that means that's working. We've got transformers working. So once we do this, once we've installed it, then we're going to have a cache directory where all this stuff will get cached. So this sentiment analysis, if we run this again, it's going to be really fast because it doesn't have to download it anymore. There we go. Well, maybe not really fast, but fast enough. Faster than this. It didn't have to download it. I see we're still getting this error, though. Let's see if we can figure out anything about this error. So it's saying here that I have to build it from source if I want to, now, which I'm not going to do. So I guess we're in a sort of transitional period here where things in the TensorFlow world are changing and everything is fucked up. So what version of TensorFlow do we have installed? We have TensorFlow 2.3.1. And maybe what we need is an older version of TensorFlow. Maybe what we need is TensorFlow 2.2.0. So let's do this. Let's do a pip remove. All right. Uninstall. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Pip install. Two dot 2.0. Now, hopefully this isn't going to mess something else up, which it might. But I don't think so because we installed PyTorch before. Did we install it before or after? I'll have to look at the history. If this messes everything up, then I have to remove the virtual environment and start over again. No big deal. So basically, if there's a new version of TensorFlow and it's messing up, don't use it until it stops messing up. TensorFlow is a big pain in the ass. What can I say? It always has been. All right, so let's try this again. Python. Import. Well, actually, why bother with this? Let's do it this way. Let's do it another way. Let's hit the up arrow a few times until we get back to here. Look at that. Nice and quiet. No error messages whatsoever. And it gave us the correct answer. So I'm happy. All right. Google, why do you do this to us? Well, I guess I can't complain. They give it away for free, so. All right, what is this? Don't need this one anymore. So we see about the cached libraries and let's print this out, see what we have going for us here. Echo dollar. Well, I don't have that set, so I guess it's putting it here. Oops, don't need that twice. All right, so there's our cache of models. All right, so what's going on here next? Don't need this, don't need this. Go to the next one. Blah, blah, blah. All right, well, this is something that you can read on your own because what we want to look at here is Distilbert. But I think that this may be getting to be a bit of a long video, so I'm going to stop here, and then when I start to get my voice back, I'll do another one because my voice is getting kind of gravelly. Too much talking. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this.